Hey Young Turks, this is Gwendolyn and I'm gonna jump right into it. Trayvon Martin. Does anybody remember the story that George Zimmerman told us 2012? The story where him and Trayvon kind of meet, regardless of how they got there, they kind of met, and Trayvon, the thug, he, the fuck you doing, man? And George Zimmerman said nothing. And so he goes in his back pocket to just get his phone, not to pull out the gun he had. He just wanted to get his phone so he can call the police. And Trayvon punched him. We all know Trayvon later ended up dead. The 2013 account, George Zimmerman remembered that it kind of happened in a different way. We all do this. Sometimes you follow somebody and you shoot them and kill them. You don't remember all the details. It's hard. So in this account, they don't really come face to face and stand in front of each other as men or, a boy who I guess we're going to call a man. They don't go toe to toe. What really happened is that George Zimmerman could not find Trayvon or could not find the numbers on the house that he was looking for, or whatever it was. Zimmerman is walking back to his car to drive home, so he can eat dinner with the wife that he beats. Trayvonosaurus, was waiting for him. So Trayvonosaurus leaps out of the jungle bush. He attacks George Zimmerman. Oh my goodness. George Zimmerman, he didn't have hands to fight, but he had hands to shoot. I don't know how we can get away with not attacking this, not seeing this. I guess you get to make up whatever kind of stories you want, repeat them, then change them, and just kind of do what Jordan Davis. Let's tie him in there, and let's just kind of not go into details of his story. You guys already know that. You know the details, but let's talk about what this is among. It seems to be white men, who believe that they can follow you, pursue you, give you orders. I mean, it just sounds like things that masters did. It sounds like the slave masters did. Turn that music down. You turn, yes, master. You have to. We got masters walking around. Okay, this is what they're doing. This is what goes on in their mind. So when you don't listen, they're not gonna crack the whip. They're gonna pop the pistol. They're gonna shoot you. They're gonna kill you. Okay? This is the mentality of people we're dealing with. We want to talk about mentality of young black men. The mentality of young black men is to buy Skittles and cut through houses. The mentality of young black men is to ask, why are you following me? The mentality of young black men is to play loud music. But we have several white men, police officers, civilians, where their mentality is to carry a gun. Find out what you're doing. Make sure they like it. If they don't like it, they're gonna kill you. If they don't mind what you're doing, they might still kill you because you're gonna do something later that they're not gonna like, so they need to off you now. I don't believe the man who shot and killed Jordan Davis would have told my father to turn down his music. I don't believe he would have. I do not believe he would have told a thug from Chicago to turn down his music. I don't believe he would have. He saw that it was a young little boy and he picked a fight with a boy and shot and killed him. Same with Trayvon. He wouldn't have followed my brother, big, strong as he is. Maybe he would have. He had the gun. Talk about these things. There's a mentality among too many white people, too many white men, that you give orders, that you control, that someone is supposed to listen to you. And if they don't, they end up dead. This has been going on for a long time. I don't understand why people are trying to look under rocks for clues. They're right in front of you. They're stained on the American flag. I don't know why people can't see what's right. A lot of times I sit around and I talk with my black friends, and woman to woman, and we do, the hey girl and the hey. Really, we speak to each other, and sometimes we talk about black men, and a lot of times situations, come up with someone's man or their husband, and He might have been incarcerated at one time or another, or maybe presently. Might have been caught up with some drugs. Might have done some of the more stereotypical things, I'll say. I don't tell these women that it doesn't happen, because my man has never been locked up. I don't tell these women that their men couldn't have been possibly locked up, because my man hasn't been locked up. I mean, how would that sound? What do you mean? Your man's a black man, my man's a black man. Your man couldn't have possibly been put in prison because my man has never been in prison. And that's what I'm trying to relate to racism, is people believe that if they don't see it, or they didn't create it, or they didn't, cause it themselves, then it can't possibly exist. And that's a bubble. That's what a bubble is. It's exactly what a bubble is. You guys do a good job there. One thing I really like that you guys do is that you do self-reflection. You reflect on yourselves, and you understand, and I've heard Anna say several times, if this was me in Victoria's Secret, they would have never done this to me, you guys have also said those in many other cases, and I'm so glad and happy to just hear reasonable people acknowledge that. I'm happy to hear reasonable people acknowledge that. It's very important for not only you to understand and I to understand, but everybody else to know. Young white girls need to understand and know that it's not about taking away from what you got. It's about understanding that other people have other types of baggage. Everybody's not a Louis baby. Everybody's not like that. Other people have different problems. So you see the police as, the police smiles at you. You're a pretty white girl. And I'm not talking about Anna. I'm talking about a white woman. I'm talking about, a white person. They smile at you. Hey, Chip, black people, they're watching us. Creeping, we creep. So we're looking at them. Now we're suspicious because we're looking. Because you know what we're supposed to do? That's what we're supposed to do when white people look at us. We're supposed to bow our head in shame, step off of the sidewalk. That's what we're supposed to do. So the police get mad at us. They don't like us. Cocky niggers, breathing the same air, living in the same neighborhoods. Come on. This is the way it's been for a while. It hasn't changed yet. I don't know why people are acting like it changed and then and now it didn't change. It never changed. So I like this self-reflection that you guys practice on the show. It's great to understand who you are, where you came from, where you're going, and so everybody else can kind of put it in perspective about themselves. And sometimes things change and get confusing, but I like the self-reflection that goes on. And that's the point I'm trying to get to, is that a lot of white people take it very personally when you talk to them about racism. They take it very personally, like you're calling them a racist. No one called you a racist. I'm telling you about what I'm going through. I'm telling you about racism in the society. I'm not calling you a racist. Now, what makes me think you're a racist is when you start trying to flip it on me. That's what makes me think you're a racist. You can't sit down and say, I understand what you're saying, or no, that's never happened to me, girl. The police never treat me like that. You can't do that. Instead, you want to tell me how I'm supposed to get over it, how I'm supposed to, at first it's get over it, then it's, well, it doesn't happen, and then it's back to get over it, but you're getting over something that doesn't happen. So what they want you to do is really just shut up and know your place. You're a nigger. Talked about the Holocaust all the time in school. We always had a moment of silence, which you should. Talked about Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Sapporo. Sapporo was the third city that they were going to bomb, but we went take it easy on them, okay? So we always bow our head out of respect, which we should. We talk about the Native Americans and what happened to them. We always take a moment of silence, which we should. We talk about black people. Oh, Jesus, Lord. I can't believe they haven't got over slavery. Oh, they're talking about Emmett Till. Oh, they're still talking about, you're still talking about Trayvon Martin. This happened 4 weeks ago. The jury came out. What I'm really here to talk about today with you guys, and what I know that you guys really want to talk about, and what the community cares so much about, and what America and O'Reilly and Hannity and all the strong white men really care about, is what I want to talk about right now. Black on black crime. I love you guys. Call me.